And now, Channel 5 Eyewitness News Update.
St. Louis Mayor Vince Schaemel and the Airport Authority take some hard hits from angry Bridgeton residents tonight. Good evening, I'm Karen Foss.
And I'm Dick Ford. The campaign against airport expansion really heated up again tonight as residents turned to their elected officials for support. Deanne Lane was at the Holman Middle School tonight for that rally, and she joins us now with more on the story.
Karen and Dick, bad. Bridgeton Air Defense has already raised some $100,000 for the expansion fight, and the group continues to grow. That was evident tonight at a town meeting turned rally. Bridgeton's Air Defense launched another attack tonight, this one more vocal than any thus far. Signs and yellow ribbons accompanied hundreds into this gymnasium, but fire code restrictions turned many away. Others gathered outside, catching as much of the meeting as possible, thanks to speakers turned towards an open window. Not visible, however, was the private yet vocal scuttlebutt between the mayor of Bridgeton and an attorney for the airport. There seemed to be some concern on why the St. Louis City representative was present. The main speaker, Congressman Jack Buechner, fielding questions from concerned residents.
Your colleagues are introducing legislation that will enable airports to expand. I wonder if you are prepared to oppose that legislation.
The only precondition that I would ask to not adamantly opposing that legislation is first the city must change the makeup of the airport commission. Until they do that, I will oppose it. I will ask my colleagues to oppose it. I will not allow it at any time.
Buechner says he was only given details of the 4 expansion proposals an hour and a half before the meeting, but admits he would consider one of the plans.
It's predicated on getting FAA approval of a diminished area between the 2 all-weather airstrips. I would say that that would be one that I would lean to much more than the other ones. It would disrupt the least number of people, take the least number of pieces of property, and I think be more realistic. But I'm not going to make any promise on any of them right now.
We are continuing to study those 4 concepts. Those 4 concepts will be reduced to 1. That one plan then will be announced in mid-October, and then it will be further enhanced to show how it can meet both the needs of the citizens around the airport and serve the entire region.
Buechner plans to hold a similar meeting, hopefully with his other Washington, D.C. colleagues and residents next month to discuss that consolidation of the proposals and what that actually means to the area. A lot of developments expected in October.
A long debate ahead, it looks like. Thank you, Deanne.
This is Channel 2 News at 10. With Catherine Kiefer, Don Marsh, Miles Musio with the weather, and Greg Gazinski with sports.
Good evening. The people of Bridgeton are serving notice in no uncertain terms that they don't like proposals to expand Lambert Airport.
1,500 of them turned out tonight to show their concern for their homes and their neighborhoods. Elliot Davis reports they're fighting mad.
An overflow crowd turned out. Some were turned away. Many had to be content listening from the outside. Congressman Jack Buechner was one of the many political leaders leading the charge against the city-backed expansion that would engulf Bridgeton homes.
It is improper, and I believe it is unconstitutional, to have a city airport run by city people deciding the fate of county taxpayers.
More and more citizens are enlisting in the fight. Residents have formed a group called Bridgeton Air Defense, or BAD. A hotline recording gives residents the latest information, and they're hiring an attorney. Among this crowd of 1,500 sits Dan Reed. Like others, he's here because he's worried.
When I moved into Bridgeton, I was hoping to stay there for a good part of my life, and now I see my house threatened, my children's neighborhood being destroyed, and in general, my whole life being turned around.
Perhaps the most courageous speaker of the evening was the spokesman for Lambert Airport pushing the expansion plan. Extra security was provided just in case the meeting turned ugly. It didn't.
We do not want to take any more homes in the area than we have to. The purpose of the master plan.
But he didn't make many converts.
And so the battle lines are drawn, and if the airport expansion plans are to become a reality, it won't happen without a fight. Elliot Davis, Channel 2 News, Bridgeton.
The airport has 4 expansion proposals on the table. Officials will make their final pick by the middle of next month. All of them involve taking part of Bridgeton.
Our news source, Julius Hunter, Larry Connors, weather with meteorologist Mike Nelson, and sports with Zipper Zeppa. You're watching News 4 St. Louis Nightside.
Good evening, I'm Larry Connors. My colleague Julius Hunter is off tonight. Tonight, they're calling it the largest crowd yet assembled to oppose expansion at Lambert International. Nightside reporter Lori Waters says the opposition was unanimous and vocal.
It was business as usual tonight at Lambert Airport, with planes arriving and departing on schedule. Just a few miles away, also on schedule, the battle lines were being drawn by those opposed to Lambert expansion as it's currently proposed. Even though there have been numerous public meetings on this subject in the past 2 weeks, hundreds continue to turn out. And in fact, there are so many people here tonight that police had to turn many away.
It is improper, and I believe it is unconstitutional, to have a city airport run by city people deciding the fate of county taxpayers.
Several state and local politicians pledged their efforts to the crowd, but residents appeared more concerned about Missouri's Senate delegation and their position on financing the nearly $1 billion plan.
Your colleagues are introducing legislation that will enable airports to expand. I wonder if you are prepared to oppose that legislation or to modify it so that that happens.
The only precondition that I would ask to not adamantly opposing that legislation is first the city must change the makeup of the Airport Commission. Until they do that, I will oppose it. I will ask my colleagues to oppose it. I will not allow it at any chance.
And attending one of these Bridgeton Air Defense meetings for the first time, an airport representative.
We are sensitive to the neighborhoods around the airport. In that last 10 years, we have acquired some 1,500 homes. Most of those have been amiable negotiations. We are here tonight to express those concerns.
And Dylewski speaks of the 13,000 jobs related to the airport and its importance to the continued growth of St. Louis. Representative Buechner says he will schedule a town hall meeting in late October in the largest facility he can find in North County. Larry?
Well, the congressman obviously recognizes the area is growing and that Lambert International could benefit and help. His response on that?
He says that projected growth is based on TWA continuing to have a hub here and the area continuing to expand, and also further deregulation. He says all those aren't guaranteed.
All right. Thank you.